Welcome back, students, to lecture or lab 2 for BAP. Today we will be going over obviously lab 2, and lab 2 involves basically using the Twitter API and working with TextBlob a little bit, the natural language processing software for it's one of the natural language processing softwares available for free in in the Python world. So we'll deal with that too. We'll work with that too. That's pretty cool. TextPlop is used for natural language processing. Is basically used for what we call sentiment analysis. You basically are trying to take a text, be it a tweet or a paragraph or some sort, and try to get the gist of, hey, is this, what it's written, is it potentially essentially a positive piece, a negative piece? Is it subjective or is it objective? Right? It's a pretty cool piece of software to play around with. Right? In the background, there's a lot of machine learning involved in it. But we want to use the Twitter API when we're working with this. Now, the first step, so this video basically is going to be about helping guide you guys to get the Twitter API. So, I mean, you're basically 4 keys you guys need. We'll talk about that, the 4 identifying keys you guys need so that you guys can use the API, connect to Twitter via your Python programming code. And this is, I do this lab because, one, it's kind of fun. 2, it's more importantly, it allows you to play with unstructured data, which, by the way, if we're talking about data science, majority of the time the data you're working with is unstructured data, right? But it's real easy to work with, especially in the Python world. So we'll get to that. So, but here's the case. Here's the problem. The process to get your keys, there's 4 of them, so that you could connect via your Python code to Twitter, changes. They keep changing it every, I don't know, a couple months or something, whatever. The idea behind it, the idea behind it is they're trying to vet the people that are getting this access. They don't want organizations that have nefarious intent to get their hands on this data or to get this capability because of all the propaganda that could be done, et cetera, et cetera. You can automate a lot of stuff, right? Obviously. So even now, my slides are kind of outdated, but I will still try to work with my slides and deal with the Twitter website to try to get these APIs. So even if, depending on when you're seeing this video, if it's changed, hopefully you'll still be able to ballpark whatever is needed. I mean, if you're really stuck and you have any questions, always shoot me an email, and I'll try to walk you through it. So the idea here pretty much is, look, you need to have, obviously, you need to have an actual Twitter account. Some of you guys have it, some of you guys don't. And then you need to create what we call a developer Twitter account. You need to verify that the developer Twitter account via email. Then you need to create using your developer account and what we call a Twitter application. And once you create that Twitter application and Twitter approves the application, that part is going to get kind of weird because some of you guys will get the approval in 15 minutes. Some people will get it like in a week. So that's a little weird. For the people that it doesn't happen in 15 minutes, the code I post up will have my access keys, so you could use mine. But please try to get your own keys because there's a limit. There's a limit of how many times how much data we can download in a day, or work with per key. And so even here on the video, I will try to hide my keys that I use. But I'm going to try. I already have an account. I already have keys, but I'm going to try to create another account using a different email address. So I'm not sure if it'll work because they already have a developer account and keys associated with my phone. So I don't think it'll allow me to do a second one. So I'm going to go as far as I can, pretty much. I'm going to go as far as I can. So step 1 is log into Twitter or create an account. All right, let's do that. Let me create a new account. So I'll go to Twitter. Right. See, already they have my username and all. They're ready to go, my password. So I'm gonna sign up. I'm gonna create a new account, just like I'll walk you guys through it. So I'm gonna create a new account. I'll call it Professor Gilani. How's that? And the phone number will be, Oh, I have to give my phone number. So I have to give my phone number and my date of birth. Here I'm going to pause it because I don't want to give my phone number out on the video. All right, so I'm going to pause it and move it on, and then I'll move on to the next slide. So I'm going to put this information in here, and then I'll click on next, okay? So hold on, let me pause. Oh, forget that. It allows us to use email instead. So I'm going to click on this to use email instead. Perfect. And now I'm going to use my email instead. I'm going to use my business one. So for some of my foreign students, try to use your Rutgers business, your Rutgers email address, so they don't think you're some sort of foreign agent or whatever Twitter's thinking. I'm gonna give my date of birth. Oh, this I'll hide because I don't care about my age. I don't want my private information out there. So let me pause this, and I'll put this in, and then I'll click on the next button, and then you'll see the next screen. All right, so I put my email address, and I put my age in. And track where you see Twitter content across the web. Now I'm good. I'll just click this, and now I'm going to click on next again. Oh, oh, great. Has my date there, birthday again. Let me pause it. So I clicked on the next one. It went to my that page again with my birthday and all that stuff. So then I clicked on next right here. I'm waiting for a verification code for my email address. Here at some point, I think some of you guys will get a little stalled, but I'm going to go ahead and go to my email. And on my email, I have my confirmation code. I'm simply going to copy it. And I'll paste it in here, my verification code. Done. Now I need a password, so I'll make up a password. Let's see, what password shan't I make? All right. Have a favorite selfie, upload it now. I will skip that for now. Describe yourself. I'm Batman. What am I interested in? Nothing. I have no interest. It's for me to follow Narendra Modi. Yeah. I don't know why I'm getting a lot of Indians. I guess my last name Gilani. Barack, Nicole. These are very interesting suggestions. Eli Manning, Grayson Dolan. Who the hell is that? Grayson Dolan. Camilla, Bernie. All right. Rutgers. Obviously Rutgers. All right, cool. Let's move in. Lily Singh. I have no idea who she is. Apparently she's a YouTuber or something like that. All right, cool. And now I have an account. Excellent. Now what's the next step, guys? So I have an account. If you already had an account, you could skip that step. Now you want to go here. You want to go to developer.twitter.com /en/apps. I click on this, I end up here. Right? I'm already logged in as my Professor Galani or whatever. And you notice there's no apps here. I need to create an app. You have to create what we call a Twitter app. In this case, create an app. And from there, that app is going to give you four specific codes that you shall use to that you shall use to connect to the API. All right. So here, now already you'll notice it's slightly different, right? It's already different. Like, I'm here. This is what I would see before, but I'm here now. But it's all right. Let me click on Create Apps and see what happens. Oh yes, you may continue managing, but you would like to create a new app or please invite for yes. So I missed that part. I have to create a developer account. So let me click on here. Here we go, developer. So let me go back. So when you click on this link that I gave you guys here before, what we didn't do is we didn't create a developer account. So they're right. We can't do any of this until we have a developer account. So I'm going to go to here. Actually, I clicked on developer before, but you want to click on this, apply. So we want to first apply for access and apply for developer account. That's what basically slide 4 is talking about here. Create a developer account. So boom, I'll click on this button. It's going to ask for commercial uses for personal project. We're going to do it. We want the free API, right? So we are fine with the academic, right? So I will say academic research. Let me choose one. Okay, I'm teaching. That's fine. I'll take the teaching. You guys can take the student or the academic research. That's fine. Click on next. Notice how it's different already. This is you, right? Yeah, that's me. This username will be admin of my developer account. Now, see, here's a problem. To use a developer account, they want your phone number. See that? They do want your phone number. Damn right. Twitter wants to get paid, son. Twitter wants to get paid. All right, so I'm going to add a valid phone number. Is not the number associated with this Twitter is not verified. You must add a valid phone number and verify prior to applying for developer access. All right, sounds good. All right, so let me go ahead and do this valid. Let me go ahead and freaking sell my freaking information to this stupid company. All right, so I'm gonna add my phone number here, guys. I'll click add phone number. So it's gonna ask me to verify the password first. Oh, hold on. All right, add phone number, password. All right, so now I gotta find you. No, I don't want people to have my phone number connect with me. All right, so let me go ahead and do this. I'm gonna pause before I'm gonna pause here again because I'll put my phone number and then I'll click on whatever the hell I need to click on. All right, so I put in my phone number. It sent me It sent me a text, a verification code. I put that verification code in, updated it, and then I deleted that. I clicked the back arrow. There's a blue back arrow that sent you back here, and now I'm going to reset this. All right, and now it's basically saying this is me, right? Yes, and now notice that whole thing about the phone number is gone, and so now I can click on next. Tell us about your organization. This will be the name of your account. So I have to give some sort of team name here. Oh, let me scroll down here. All right, so I think this falls under basically like choose an account name. So I'm going to choose BAP NB Summer. Yeah, I'll do BAP NB Summer. So that's my team name. Legal entity name. I really don't have one, so I don't have a legal entity. So it's all. So everything is required. So I'll just copy and paste this too. Organization Twitter at username. I'm gonna just put in put Rutgers at RBS. There we go. So I'll just put at RBS. Website URL, thank God, that's optional. We are in the United States, America, right here. Done. Academic, we are academic. What industries that we will serve? We're going to serve the academic. Done. Do you or will you have any customers? No, we're good. No, we will not. We don't have to check that. Okay, now here, when you get to this part, how will you use Twitter API or Twitter data? I wrote this whole soliloquy for you guys. Right here, where is it? Choose the account name. Okay, excellent. So here's my project description. I have it right here for you guys. Literally just copy and paste it, guys. Copy paste it. Are you planning to analyze Twitter data? Yes. I'll just copy and paste the same thing again. Sure. Copy and paste this again. No. So the last one you can say, no, we're not planning to show our data. We're not planning to display tweets or aggregate data of any kind, so just for our personal use. Will your product service analysis make Twitter content or derived information available to government entity? Absolutely not. Click next. And then it's asking if everything goes okay. Yes, yes, yes. Looks good. Notice I copy and paste that 3 times. Whatever I had on slide 8. Looks good. Please review and expect, blah, 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 blah. Click on the box saying, yeah, I accept it. Submit application. You did it. I did it. Now it's asking me to please confirm my email. Once confirmed, review your application. They sent an email again to the email address I gave, my business.rutgers one. I have to go and confirm it. So let me go here and confirm it. And I see right here I have the confirmation. I'm clicking on confirm my email. I confirmed it. All right. So I clicked on confirm, and I'm going to refresh this window right here to show you what happened. It's saying application under review. This is the part that's going to take 10 to 15 minutes. All right. For most of you, some of you it's going to take a week or a few days because they think you're a secret agent. If you are, I don't want to hear or know about it. None of my business. Just don't poison me or anything. We are all friends, right? But for the people that it takes longer than 15 minutes, you can use whatever codes I have on the slides. The slides will be posted, and obviously you have that information. You'll have that information for you, all right? So I get another email, by the way. After this, now you'll get a third email from Twitter, and this one says developer accounts, the subject, right? And it's saying, hello. Let me read you the email. Let me show you the email, actually. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to slide over my email for you guys to see over here. All right. So you'll notice, all in all, I got 3 emails so far from Twitter. Okay. The first one was for when I created my account. You might not have that if you already have an account. The second one was for the developer account, and this is the third one. The subject is Twitter developer account application. Hello. We received your application for a Twitter developer account, and we're starting a review. Please keep an eye on this email address and your spam folder in case we reach out for more information. Some of you guys will be asked for more information. It's you double agents. You know who I'm talking about. In case we reach out for more information, we know this application probably might delay getting started with Twitter APIs, but we use this information to offer the best support for our developers, while protecting our platform and serve the health of a public conversation. They do the best they can. You can read about more returns from blah, 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 blah. And if no more details are needed, you'll get an email once we're done with our review. We appreciate your interest in developing our Twitter. So at this point, right, you're playing the waiting game. This is why I have you guys, this video, I have you guys do this first, right? And you're basically waiting now for Twitter to approve your account. So we're at this point, we're waiting for Twitter to approve accounts. Once we get that email, all right, once we get that email, then we're ready to rock, all right? Then we are ready to rock. But until then, you have to wait, all right? Until then, you have to wait. Now here, just to catch up on my slides, I confirm my email, all right? So we are at pretty much at this point, I guess, at slide 9. Once we're done with our application is under review and we get approved, then we can go back and create our app. So we're going to go back and create our app. Or did we create our app? Huh. No, I believe we already created our app. Either way, we're going to find out. So what's going to happen is oh, no, I'm sorry. I think we already created our app. We created our app already. We're waiting for our approval. The only things left is for our app to be approved. And once we do that, then we could, if you see down here in the window on slide 12, copy the API key and the API secret key. So the first thing you'll get is what we call the API key and the API secret key. And after that, we're going to go and grab our, okay, let me hide that so you guys can see that. So you're going to see a consumer API key and then a secret key, and then we're going to go get our access and tokens. And that, I'm not going to show you. Will I show you? I can show you. I'll show you part of that. I will show you part of that once I get it, all right? So I'm going to pause at this point until my my email. I'm waiting for my email. Hopefully I should get it in 15 minutes because, you know, It's easy to verify me. I'm a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. All right, so I'm going to pause this and I'll come back once that approval comes, guys. All right, guys. I got the email that I wanted. Let me share it with you. Let me show you this email that came in. All right, for me, it was on average about 15 to 20 minutes it took me to get it. So, boom. All right, so here's the email I get. All right. Hello. Thanks for your interest in building on Twitter. Before we can finish your review, of your developer account application. We need some more details about your use case. The type of information that are valuable for our review includes the core use case intent or business purpose for your use of the Twitter APIs. If you intend to analyze tweets, Twitter users, or their content, share details about the analysis we plan to conduct, meta techniques, blah, blah, blah. If you involve Twitter with tweeting, or liking, share how you interact with Twitter accounts of their contact. If you will display Twitter content of Twitter, explain how, where, blah, blah, blah. Just reply to this email with the details. Once we receive your response, we'll continue to review. Appreciate it. So I have to respond to them, and I will respond to them. All right, here we go. I'm going to copy and paste it and address their points one by one. All right, let's do this. All right. Was that it? Yeah, the core use case, blah, blah, blah. Of the Twitter API. The main purpose, I don't know why it keeps showing up, of my class using Twitter API is to learn to normalize unstructured data and to use TextBlob, which, not textbook, TextBlob, which is a natural language processing library in Python. Cool. If you intend to analyze the tweets, Twitter users, or the content data, share now details of the analysis you plan to conduct and meta techniques. We plan the only analysis we plan to do on tweets is sentiment analysis, measuring for sentimentality and subjectivity using TextBlob. Again, give me a textbook, which is a natural language processing library in Python. All right, cool. If your use involves tweeting, retweeting, or liking content, share how you'll interact with Twitter accounts or their content. We only plan on tweeting on our accounts, not other users' accounts. Although the API will allow you to do that if you wanted to. If you display Twitter content off of Twitter, explain how and where tweets and Twitter account will be displayed with your product or service, including whether tweets and Twitter content will be displayed at row level or aggregate level. We are not going to display any of our analysis using Twitter data. This is a class exercise for us to learn to work with unstructured data and do sentimental analysis. The results will all be private. All right, I'm going to send this. So I sent this over to Twitter, and now I have to see what they have to say. All right, so I'm going to pause this again and see what happens. All right. All right, guys, so now I'm back, and now what happened was I never got after that initial email I sent, I never got another email from Twitter. So 15 minutes later, all I did was I just came in and I refreshed the page I was looking at before. You noticed that the page all of a sudden changed. I refreshed it, and it basically says, welcome, congratulations, you have successfully created a new Twitter developer account. Excellent. With this account, you now have access to new APIs, app management tools, facilitate support and development. Excellent. So from now, the last step you have, once you have this developer account, it's been approved, you sent the email, they sent you an email, you responded to the email, and 15 minutes later you refresh it and you're good to go. You now want to go ahead and create an app, right? So now you want to go back and create an app. How do we go back to create an app? So here again, it's kind of different. It's kind of different over here, but it's fine. What we can do is we simply go to apps under right here, under whatever I named it, BAPS MB Summer. Go to apps. It says no apps here. That's fine. I'm now going to create an app, and now I have no problem. So first things first, it wants an app name. Name it anything you want. I think the app name we gave it here was, I'll call it something. I mean, I think you have to call it something different. I'll call it just BAP, right? And here I have to give an application description. This is between 10 and 20 characters, all right? So I'll simply say, this is the app for my business analytics class. Oh, programming class. Excellent. Right, because it has to be between 10 and 200 characters. And that should be right. Website URL. So here now it's saying website URL required. So what is this? When people build these Twitter APIs, usually they take the data from the Twitter and they put it on their website, their corporate website, their business website, whatever. We have no such thing. So you can just pretty much put any website you want in here, right? I'm going to put in yahoo.com. It does not matter, right? It doesn't put in yahoo.com, put in google.com. It does not matter. Allow this application to be signed in with Twitter. Sure, if you want. I don't think it really matters for us. Callback URLs. Yeah, I don't need this. I don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. This right here is required again. Tell us again how this app will be used, right? And I think the minimum characters is 100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide back up here, guys. Take these guys again from slide 8. Copy this bad boy right there. And now, it looks like I have, so you see how the create is not allowing me to click it? It's because I have too much material. Let me delete this. Delete that. Delete that. Oh, the heck? It's 100 characters. Oh, actually, no, that's fine. There's something else I didn't fill out. Let's see. Get rid of that. Oh, enable sign with Twitter. I'm sorry. I unclicked enable sign with Twitter. That's going to make it easy. And now I'm good to go, guys. Now I'm good to go. Now I can create. Just take line 1 here from slide 8 for this last part, the required part. Click create. Yeah, that's all great. It's nice. Oh, this name is in use, unfortunately. So my name BAP is in use, I think, from a previous class. So I'll just call it BAP Waj. I'll do BAP Waj, BAP Waj. Let's see if that's okay. Boom. My application's created. I'm good to go. Now, over here, it's going to say keys and tokens. See this right here where my thing is clicked? I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to change the page a little bit so you guys can't, so the video can't show my keys and tokens. They're private. Again, you'll have it on the code that I upload in Blackboard. You'll have your own, but in case you don't have it, you'll have, my backup, mine to use as backup, but I don't want to show it here on the video. So I'm going to pause it, click on that, and adjust it so it won't be able to be visible. All right, so I clicked on that, and right here below Consumer API Keys, you're going to see your API key, and we could say the API token key, right? The API key and the API token key. I'm sorry, I mean the API key and the API secret key. API key and API secret key. What you want to do is you want to basically open up your Python browser, copy in those values. Basically what you want to do is you want to open up the file I'm going to have for Lab 2. I'll have it posted on Blackboard. Download it in your Python file, and you'll see me have the variables API key, API secret key, and the two other ones, the token ones. So you want to copy those and place it in those spots. Now those two you'll have. You have the API key right here, right below here. You'll have the API key and the API secret key. Now after this, the question is, where do you get the tokens from? I'll show you guys in a second. Hold on, let me pause it. All right, guys. So after you copy the API key and the API secret key, and by the way, you'll recognize this window right above the generate are those API key or API key and the API secret key. Right here where it says access token and access token secret, those are the other two bits of whatever you want to call it, code or passwords or what you want to, or however you're thinking about this. You're going to generate. You're going to click on this button, and those two values will pop up. All right. So now I'm going to click on this button and grab those two values. Again, I'm going to pause it and do it in such a way where you can't see it in the video. So I clicked on that, and now here's my slides right here, but right behind it you can see this little white box pops up with these copies here. With the two other keys you need, go ahead, copy and paste them into your Python with the under the appropriate variable, right, under the appropriate variable. So let me slide this over a little bit so you can see what they are. So basically the access token and the access token secret, right? So save one as the access token secret. And again, if you use my Python code, you'll see it's there. So you could put it right under there. All right. All right. So at this point, guys, let me first grab it. Let me pause it and grab it. So at this point, guys, now I grab the access token secret. Notice it's XX'd out here. Once you close out that window, you get back, it's all XX'd out. And I got them, and now I'm good to go. So from here, we'll end this video because this video is, it'll be a little shorter. So this part A right here will just be around the whole process of getting your API key, your API secret key, your access token, and access token secret. And again, this involved creating your Twitter account, then getting a developer Twitter account, getting it approved, and finally going through the whole song and dance of getting approved with Twitter, creating an application, quote unquote, creating an app under your developer account, and then from your app, processing your API key, API secret key, access token secret, copying those four alphanumerics, whatever they are, into your Python code, and now we're ready to party. All right, so at this point you can close out. You can close out your Twitter and never deal with it again. I never go on Twitter. And in the next video, we're gonna just start off with the code. We're gonna start off with the code and basically start off from slide 14. I won't start off from slide 13 because slide 13 has my access codes in it. So you guys see my slide 13. I'm gonna start the next video at slide 14, part B at slide 14, and go from there. All right, guys? All right, cool, excellent. I'll see you guys later on the next slide.